Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning into my YouTube channel. This is Gwen Roberts, spiritual life coach and author, and I'll give you a little more information on my books at the end of this video. My message today is about something that I've experienced many times throughout my life. And something that you have also experienced or also will experience in your life. The main thing is getting through this experience is so vital for your well-being in many ways. And the subject is grief. You know, grief can be experienced not only from the passing of a loved one, but also from the end of a relationship, the loss of a job, the loss of a home, the loss of a pet. And a lot of times, grief can be misrepresented or misdiagnosed as depression. But the resolution, the solving, the healing can be the same. You know, the passing of a loved one is always a sad occasion. If they were young, we feel it was too soon. If they were older, an older loved one, we also say that it was too soon. We say it was too soon because you miss them. You miss their physical presence, their voice, their laughter, maybe their wisdom, for sure their love. And also, you miss their planned future with you. You know, our life on earth is full of experiences. Some of them make us sad. Some of our experiences make us happy. And some of those feelings that we have make us feel loved, deeply loved. And there's feelings that make us disappointed sometimes. Feelings that make us feel compassion for others. Feelings that make us feel anxious. And there are feelings that make us feel angry and own. You know, our lives are filled with lots of feelings and emotions. The saddest emotion I feel is the loss of a loved one. You know, when you lose someone that you love, that means it has an end, that there's no point where you can start over. It's an end that you can't make things right. An end that prevents you from pouring love into them and receiving their love in return. It's an end that stops time with them, and an end that erases our future plans with them. You know, we all will have or have had the experience of grief. And the most important thing is, what do you do with grief? Do you hold on to it for the rest of your life? If you let go, you feel you're dishonoring that loved one. So how do you find comfort in grief? You know, the Bible tells us that there's a time and a place and a season for all things. A time to live and a time to pass away. There are things that begin and there are things that end. Sometimes the passing away of a loved one is not on our timetable. But you know, in all things, there's a purpose. God is in all things. God determines the purpose of your life according to the way that you need to grow. When you look for the purpose of grief, you can then take one step away from the feeling of grief, a step toward healing. When you're sad, think about this. When you're sad, happiness washes away the sadness, right? One thing washes away the other. When you're sad, happiness washes away the sadness. When you're sick, wellness makes you feel better, doesn't it? When you are experiencing a lack in your finances, maybe, a financial breakthrough makes you feel so encouraged that you can handle your financial affairs. One feeling replaces another feeling. It's the same with grief. You must replace the feeling. Look at the purpose of your loved ones in your life. What did they teach you? Was it maybe patience? Could have been self-esteem. They could have taught you self-respect for yourself and others. Their presence in your life could have taught you independence, self-reliance. Could have taught you how to love. Now, think about this. What feelings did they grow in you that were not there before? Being truly loved, being seen, truly cared about. The purpose of that loved one help you to embody feelings that you may not have been able to do so otherwise if it weren't for them. That's purpose. Listen, that is purpose. God's purpose to you. Things that you may not have experienced without them could have been traveling, lots of laughter, meeting new friends you would not have met without them. That's purpose. God's purpose. What plans did you make that you otherwise would not have made if it weren't for them? Think about that. Think about the plans that you made while they were in your life. That's purpose. A new career, a larger home, a different environment, meeting others that you can love. That's purpose. That's God's purpose of placing them in your life. How did they change your thinking about life and about yourself? No one else could have done that but them. That's purpose. This is how you heal from grief, by embodying the good days and the good times. Now, your healing may not come right away. It may take weeks. It may take months before you embody feelings that replace the feeling of grief. But in time, you will heal. They were God's gift to you, for you and your life to be elevated to a much higher level of consciousness. Think about this. You loved your loved one dearly, deeply. How do you think they would want you to feel about this? About the grief? Do you think they would want you to be sad continuously? You always think about them because they have embodied a part of themselves in you. How you handle the loss of a loved one, if you think about it, it makes you a teacher, a blessing to others that are experiencing the same type of loss. You become a healer of people's grief, because you've replaced it with positive and loving feelings. You know, helping others to heal from grief, you know it could save a life. It can help people to lift themselves out of grief, which may have taken years of destructive behavior to do so. So you want to always be thankful for that loved one and be thankful for what they taught you and be thankful for them gracing your life in a way that no one else could. That's purpose. That's God looking out for you, knowing what you need on earth to move forward. Being grateful and thankful for our life experiences, regardless how they make us feel, helps us to grow, and it helps us to move forward in life. Thank you for listening to this message, and that I hope it provides you with some understanding and peace. And it's good to listen to this message many times until you can feel lightness, answers. Be happy, be peaceful, be well. And remember to like and subscribe to my channel. It doesn't cost anything to do so. It helps the algorithms for my channel to grow. I would love to also read your comments. Believe it or not, your comments inspire me to post more messages on my channel. You may want to share this video with family and friends, and especially someone that needs another way of thinking about the grief that they are experiencing. Thank you again for listening. I love you, I bless you, and I appreciate you. See you next time. One other thing before I leave. I have 2 books that I've published. The first one is Pocket Prayers, which is a series of 40 different prayers, including grief and including many subjects and on different aspects of life. And the second book is Inspiration from Me to You. And it's basically thoughts that provoke your thinking. I hope you enjoy them. They can be found on my website, thetruthinstitute.com. Again, thetruthinstitute.com. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.